Hi everyone, welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons series, part 49. Last episode we went ahead and decorated the campsite, which was looking amazing. In this episode, I'm planning to go ahead and complete the May Day tour. It's actually May 3rd in my game, and I did get a dialogue from Tom Nook saying that the May tour is actually available. Not really sure for how long we'll actually have this one available, so I'm gonna go ahead and complete it in this episode. I'm definitely pretty excited. Now, I have been decorating my island for a couple of episodes now, and I definitely wanted to change it up a bit. So I think having this May Day tour will be definitely pretty cool. Now, as per Isabel's broadcast, we don't really have anything else other than cakes on our island, whom I'm gonna talk at some point. But I am gonna go ahead and check out if there is anything else before we go to the May Day tour. The first thing I want to do is decorate a bit more here, right next to my campsite. This is because I got a very specific item which I think will look really good here. Let me quickly open up this package, and we have carnations which will look super cool right there. Other than that, I don't think we have anything. I mean, the campsite definitely looks way better than before. Now that all of the shrubs that I did plant have actually grown up. It also looks good because we are at the evening time in this game, and I think this game, particularly in the evening time, looks so much better. Anyway, the next thing was to go ahead and check out the resident services building. I'm also gonna go ahead and check out Nook's Cranny before we go on to the May Day tour. Hopefully I am able to get back this Nook Miles bonus. I have been skipping out for quite a few days now, and it's becoming very difficult for me to go ahead and track it down. But let's see how this goes. Alright, nothing new for the seasonals. So I guess that's all on Nookstop for now. Let me make my way to the shop and see if we have any new furniture over there to buy. I was actually hoping for a campsite villager today, but I realized that we did actually miss a campsite villager last time, so I don't think we'll have anyone anytime soon. But back to the shop here, we have a new item which I really like. This is the flower display case, and I think this will go well somewhere on my island. I'm not really sure where to actually keep this because it's really cool. I remember keeping this right next to my house in my previous island, and it definitely looked amazing. And I think we can actually customize this to have different items. I'm not actually sure about it. Maybe I'll go ahead and try that out. I remember that there is another display case that is available in this game. Hopefully I'll be able to get that as well. Alright, for now this one is gonna be right here. I don't think this is the right place for the display case just because it kind of hides the bridge, which is not what I want. Anyway, I'll go ahead and find a better place for this one in the future, and we might be able to move the sun out at that point. The next thing I did was clear out my pockets. This is due to the fact that we can't really carry any of these when we go to the May Day tour. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop all of them except the ladder. I'm not really sure if we get a chance to craft the ladder, but for now I'll go ahead and have one item in my pocket. Anyway, let's make our way to the May Day tour and see how it goes. Alright, here we are, and this one is actually, I think, map 2. The only item I got was the shovel, so let me go ahead and use it. I'm not really sure if I'll be able to complete this. If you do get stuck, by the way, in this one, you can go ahead and talk to the dodo who is right next to the airplane, and he'll actually reset it for 100 Nook Miles. That is an easier way for you to reset and try out this island again. I'm not really sure if this is the right way, but I'm gonna try it. Alright, we did get around 2 wood and 1 softwood. I mean, if we are going to craft a ladder, we would probably need more. I do see some right here which I can definitely pick up. But before that, let me clear out this tree. There we go. Now we do have access to 2 more oranges, which I'll be able to use. But it's not right here. I mean, there is only 1 rock there, but I do have a couple of them in this side of the island. Let me clear this one out as well. If you're wondering, I did actually speed up this video. The original video is pretty slow, considering that I was looking around and navigating kind of slowly. So I did have to speed it up a bit. But now we are having 3 oranges. I guess only 1 is remaining since we did remove the rock as well as the tree. The third one will be used for this tree. There we go. We do have access to a couple different items. A softwood here and another wood there. I guess 2 of them as well as a orange. Now that we have an orange, let me go ahead and break the rock that we did see previously. I think we'll have enough items to craft a ladder. Let's see if that's actually true. Let me quickly go ahead, eat up this orange and break the rock. There we go. There is still a maze 1 which is different from this one. I think this has more cliffs. It's a bit different from this, and the solution I think you'll be able to find in the internet. But if you are trying to go through a maze 2, then I think using this one as a guide is pretty good. There we go. Now that we have a ladder, I'll finally be able to get this item, whatever it is. Ooh, it's an axe. Alright. Definitely know where we can actually use it. We have another tree which we can actually cut down. So let me make my way there. Definitely you have a lot of back and forth in this one. But once you do break down this tree, I think it's much easier from here. We are quite close to completing this maze. Sadly, the axe actually broke. I was thinking of using it for the other trees, but I guess not. Let me quickly climb up this cliff and eat both of these oranges, or just pick them up for now. We also have a shortcut at this point. Just removing this bush will have you open up another path to this side. I think this was inaccessible before. Now that we do have 2 oranges, I'll be able to clear up both of these trees, or pick them up of course. So I did quickly go ahead and eat them both. At first I was worried that the shovel would actually break off, but I realized that it does give you at least 40 to 50 turns. So it's not that easy to kind of break it off. Anyway, let me quickly have these 3. I'm not gonna eat it right away, but I think we are quite close to the solution. Let me quickly go ahead and pick this one up. All we have to do is go around here and break that tree down. 3 more hops and I'll be able to access the tree. I guess we'll be going ahead and picking it up using our orange. We have definitely 3 of them, which means I'll still be able to use a couple in the other side. There we go. We are at the end of this maze. Seems like we have a new character here whom we haven't really met yet. Alright, this is Rover. I really like Rover as well as his special item that we do get for completing this tour. All we have to do is go ahead and mention that Tom Nook actually sent me, to which he actually says that Tom Nook asked him to arrange this maze, which I think was definitely amazing. Better than the last one. The last time I did go through this one was in my previous island, and it was actually for maze 1, which is a bit more easier than this maze 2. Either way, now that we have talked to him, he is gonna go ahead and give us his special item, which I think will be sent over to us through mail, so I won't be able to get it right now. Alright, I guess we could still restart this maze anytime, or at least attempt to complete it once per each day. Let me quickly go ahead and collect the rest of the prizes that we are gonna get. Most of these are gonna be the bell tickets, which we can actually sell in Nook's Cranny to get more bells, which I think is very helpful. So let me quickly go ahead and pick it up. I'm not really sure if this would spawn in again if you come tomorrow or the next day after you have completed the maze. But if you are interested, you can go ahead and check it out. We get 2 more oranges, which means I think we do have to, break 3 more of these rocks. Let me quickly go ahead and eat them all up to break the rocks to get more bell tickets. Definitely the bell tickets are quite helpful since I am buying a lot of furniture and a ton of shrubs, which I think I still have to go back and buy. Either way, this is quite helpful, and now that we have completed the maze tour, I guess we could go back and visit our island, see what else we can decorate for this episode. Definitely this tour was pretty fun. Alright, so that's all over here. After making my way back home, I picked up all of the stuff, and right here I'm actually trying to decorate the back part of Nook's Cranny. Now I did start this one in the last episode, but I had actually stopped it in between, which I think is a good opportunity for me now to go ahead and complete it. So let me see how this actually goes. Initially, I wasn't really sure about the pathway that I wanted to use over here, but I decided to go ahead and plant a couple of trees and see how that actually works out. Based on how this area looks, I'll go ahead and use the correct pathway. It also should actually match the pathway that goes up to Freya's house. And since I do have 3 different ones, I'll be able to use the one I didn't use. Alright, there we go. This is the corner, which I think will be mostly hidden, so I don't really have to worry about it. But there are a couple different places where I won't be really able to use. This is good. By the way, the tree that I actually planted is not fully grown. I do have to wait for that one. But before that, we'll go ahead and decorate the rest of this island. Now, even though I have so many decorating designs that are available for the island itself, I think I struggle more on designing the beach. Last island, I did design it on random items that was actually left from my storage, which actually somewhat worked, but I'm not really sure if I can do that for this island though. I just remember maxing out my storage before I started building my 5-star island for my previous one. But that's not the case for this island, where I have barely around 300 items in my storage. And most of them I'm actually using right now when I am decorating this island. So I'm not really sure if I'll be able to do that here. Either way, if I still am getting more time to time travel, I'll go ahead and buy more furniture. Once we do complete decorating my complete island, we'll go ahead and decorate the beach. I'm hoping I'll be able to at least find some inspiration online to see how the beaches are actually decorated. I do have a couple of ideas, but I'm not really sure if that will actually work here. But I'll see how that goes. Right here I'm using the 3rd pattern, which I have not used anywhere else. As you can see, the Freya's house pattern is actually light yellow in color. And the pattern that did come in the front of Nook's Cranny was dark green. This is the 3rd one that I really liked, and I thought I'll go ahead and use this one here. Definitely seems to be suiting pretty well. Usually I'm not too worried about the path because I think the pathway, no matter what you use, will actually look good on this game. But since I am having the theme, I do have to kind of follow it. I feel like the paths in this game should be a bit more brownish or greenish in color, considering we are going through a forest. So I think the current paths that I have chosen do suit that. But if you do have a better path than this one, let me know in the comment section. I'll go ahead and check it out as well. Right here, I didn't realize that I was too close to the cedar tree. I haven't yet put the dirt path on it, so I do have to complete that. I think most of the time I do struggle a bit more with the path, just because that I keep kind of putting it in the wrong place and it just doesn't look good. Sometimes I do go over the path that I have already put and change it up a bit more. Just like how I did right here. I was totally on the wrong side there and I had to actually fix it. But there we go. Now that I'm able to fix it, it does look better. Usually in real life when you are walking through a forest, the dirt path won't be too wide, so I don't like to do that in the game either. That's the reason why you see me kind of planting a lot of shrubs as well as flowers. I think it kind of works like a foresty path, but sometimes I do have to go back and redo it. Right here I think it still looks good even though the path is pretty huge. I also decided to go ahead and plant another shrub around here. At this point I realized that the flower display case wouldn't really look that good here, so I had to remove it. Maybe I'll be able to use another item. In this case it would be this wood partition which I actually recolored. This is the same one that you saw me use in the last episode, which back then it was pink in color, but now it's actually kind of grayish brown. I think this one actually suits the tree around it. Let me quickly go ahead and fill up the dirt path and then move on with the actual path we have. Now I do want to have the same color of path in the other side of the small rivulet over there. So I think I'll be only covering the small path here. But if it does look good, I'll go ahead and continue the same design on the other side as well, right next to the bridge. I must say I definitely took a lot of time while putting up this path because the video right now is at 2x and as you can see it's still very slow. So I did actually struggle with this one a bit. I think this is mostly due to the fact that it was too many days in between me actually playing this game with adding the path. So I was struggling a bit with this. There we go, at least I was able to cover the small path up right now. I might have to remove that signpost right there before I start designing, just because it's gonna go ahead and stand on top of the path itself. I did go ahead and complete the path offline. I did have to actually step out, so I had to stop recording. But here we are back and I'm just adding a couple of fences. As you can see, I'm once again using the lace fence, which is definitely one of my favorite. I also want to add a couple more flowers, which I think will actually look good. As for this side of the path, you can see that I almost completed it. We just have a bit more here. The reason why I stepped behind is because I wanted to add a couple of flowers and I didn't really have any in my pockets. But there we go, that is on designing this path. I'll go ahead and add some shrubs at the end, as I don't want anyone to walk right close to the waterfalls over there. I think easier to actually prevent people from walking where you don't want them to in this game is to just go ahead and add more shrubs. There we go, that looks much better. Before I ended out this episode, I definitely wanted to do a bit more of designing or decoration. The first thing I did was plant a tree here. I'm not really sure if it will completely grow. I mean, it does have enough space there, but you never know with these curves. So I'll see if it does grow in the next episode. I also planted these two in the last one. As you can see, one of them did grow and the other one did not. The reason for the other one might be because it's too close to the log stairs. So I definitely have to move it out to somewhere else on a later stage. As for decorating this path, I went ahead and added a couple more shrubs as well as flowers. There we go, that is another hedge right there. I really like this hedge recipe, but I'm not really sure how to make it work with my design. So I'm just trying to kind of use it. Maybe I'll be able to actually add it at the end here and then add my flower. That should be good. I'll do the same thing around here a bit as well. Just add it to kind of fill up the space. Anyway, that's all I had for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. It does help me a lot and promote my video in YouTube. If you'd like to support me more on Patreon, check out the links in my description, and I'll see you guys in the next one.